You learned it through
Well,
advice of a guide. You wrote
mhm,
a whole book on it.
right. Yes.
Tell me about that.
Yes. The therapist that I used, she was phenomenal. She was phenomenal. She dug into all kinds of stuff, beliefs about my family, and when I tell her things, she'd go, "That's not true," and I'd be like, "What?" And so many people are walking around like that, women especially. We love our parents, we believe our parents, but then when we find out later on that some of the stuff that's ingrained in us is not really true, you end up having to I had to grieve through it and replace it with something that was true for me.
Let me just say
So
something about that beliefs because we think that our beliefs are true and we have evidence everywhere that the beliefs are true. I saw this one woman who's from Pakistan and she had the belief that women are inferior to men
mm,
because everywhere in her culture was evidenced of women inferior to men. Her
right,
mother told her women were inferior to men. The women that wore the hijab also had that identity. And she thought that was 100% true until she started to look into the Quran and she realized that that was never written in there. It was a cultural identity. It was adopted and repeated over and over again. But when you really asked her, is it true that women are inferior to men? When she really looked inside herself, she said no. She said no. And that was it changed her beliefs forever. So we have evidence around our lives of a divorce or of financial devastation or of loss. Sure, that would show, oh, we're failures or we're, you know, living in fear or massive survival. But is there anything that, even in all those results, is there anything that ever told you, Denise, that you yourself were a failure? Really, truly, like ask your truth.
no,
You're
no,
not.
no,
You're not, are you?
not
You're not.
it.
As a matter of fact, to the opposite, you found more about yourself and your own self-resilience than you ever knew, right?
Right.
Mm.
Yes, I fell to my knees after that last relationship and asked God, "What am I doing wrong?" And Spirit whispered, "You're looking outside of yourself for love."
Mm.
And that's the whole premise of my book, Learning to Love Yourself. It's the book on loving yourself. And it's my life journey with some takeaways behind each chapter.